What's up, guys? Welcome back to Healthy Recipe. I got a great recipe for you guys today. I also want to take a little bit of time to talk about the channel, just a couple of minutes, a couple of seconds actually. I really want to thank every one of you that has subscribed to the channel and watches my videos. We have actually reached over 25,000 subscribers strong and over 200,000 views per month on Healthy Recipe channel. I am really grateful and happy that so many people are interested in watching healthier alternatives to food, and the channel is growing at an incredible rate that I never expected. So I'd like to thank every one of you because I know I've never really taken the time to do that, and I am forever grateful for all of you that have been with me and those that are joining now and watching the videos. I promise it's only going to get better. I got some big plans for 2018. Now that we've talked about that and gotten it out of the way, we're making a multi-grain vegan recipe today. There's some grains that I had around the kitchen, so I decided to make this recipe. It's going to be really delicious and a little bit spicy, so let's get right to work. Okay, so let's go over each ingredient that we're going to be using today. I don't have any fresh veggies or herbs today. I just didn't bring them in. I was kind of unprepared. I wasn't planning on doing a video, but I got hungry and looked around the kitchen here at the office, and I said, you know what? I have some nice grains. I can put something together for you guys. So this is going to be a really easy one. We have some Himalayan pink salt. We have some of that smoked paprika that you guys been seeing me use lately, the Spanish smoked paprika, and this is actually hot smoked paprika. It's got some heat to it. It's got, I believe, some chili pepper in it, but it's really delicious. I'm using some Hunt's diced all natural tomatoes. This is verified non-GMO. I've actually done a similar recipe to this, and I used fire roasted organic tomatoes, and that fire roasted flavor gave it an amazing flavor. So if you guys can get those, go ahead and use those instead. I'm using organic olive oil. I feel like olive oil and tomato always go good together. Of course, as you guys know, I'm a huge fan of fresh garlic. I got about 4 or 5 cloves of minced fresh garlic there. Also, some Worcestershire sauce to add some of that smoky flavor that will go so well with the tomato, olive oil, and the paprika. I'm using some Italian farro. I kept on hearing about farro in different videos on Netflix. I saw some of the chefs using it, and this is a really ancient grain. It's actually one of the oldest grains that was ever used. So I'm a huge fan of Chef's Table, and I think that's one of the places where I saw it, or Mind of a Chef. I love all of those shows. I love Netflix. So I watch all those cooking shows just to give me ideas of new ingredients and to keep the creativity going. I'm using some tricolored quinoa, and this is also organic. I have some wild blend Lumberg rice here, and this is like 5 or 6 different strains of rice. Let me bring it up a little closer for you guys. It's like 5 or 6 different strains of rice. It's got black rice in there. It's got different types of brown rice. So this should be a little bit of a harder texture than regular white rice. It should add a nice texture and flavor to the recipe. I also, even though it is not a grain, I'm using Israeli couscous just to add a little bit of that pasta soft texture to it. I think it'll go really well with the recipe. I love couscous. It's very good to me. I've always enjoyed it. So we're gonna use it in this soup. And olive oil I already went over, and that's basically it. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get over to our pot, and we're gonna start cooking off our garlic and olive oil. All right, so in our pot, we're gonna first add about a tablespoon of organic oil, followed by the minced garlic. And in here, we're gonna also add our couscous. And what I want to do is I want to actually like roast this off with the garlic. It's going to give it a really nice finish. So we're actually kind of just toasting it, sauteing it. Alright, so now to that we're going to add tomatoes, or diced tomatoes. I'm going to throw in here the rest of our grains. I got about 2 cups of wild rice, actually about 1.5 cups. I may use about 1 cup of quinoa. And this is going to probably make about 8 servings, about 1 cup or so of quinoa. And about 1.5 cups of farro. I'm going to saute that a little bit, add a little bit more olive oil, or another tablespoon. And I just remembered that Worcestershire sauce actually includes anchovy. I guess anchovy paste in it for that umami flavor that it has. So to really keep this truly vegan, we're going to go ahead and keep that out. We're going to put about 5 cups, actually 6 cups of water. You can use vegetable stock if you like. I just don't have any on hand pre-made. Now we're going to add our smoked paprika, about a teaspoon or so. Give it some of that nice smoky flavor. And we're going to go in with our Himalayan sea salt, about 1/2 teaspoon of that. And all of these grains and the couscous is actually going to expand, and it's going to make a nice chunky soup. Now you could add carrots to this. I mean, the possibilities here are endless. Like I said, I just didn't have any on hand, but you can make a really delicious multi-grain and vegetable soup here if you had you know, other veggies on hand. So there's a ton of stuff you could do. Very versatile recipe. So we're gonna let that simmer for about 30 minutes or so, and then we're gonna come back and take a look at it. This has been about an hour. I came in and checked this at about 40 minutes or so, 35 to 40 minutes, and it was still a little bit more al dente than I like for the grains. So I left it another 15 minutes or so to cook with the lid on, and look how beautiful that looks. I mean, all the grains have expanded. It looks amazing, super hearty. The only thing I would say is I would like to see some green in here. I would like to have maybe some herbs or some green veggies, some bok choy for some contrast of color. But it is still a beautiful, hearty looking soup, and I know it's going to be equally delicious. So we're going to go ahead and serve this, and I'll give it a taste for you guys, let you know how it came out. Alright guys, so here we have our beautiful multi-grain vegan soup. As you can see, it came out really nice and chunky. It's beautiful. It looks super delicious and hearty. Only thing I'm going to do to this is I'm going to add a couple of beads of organic olive oil just to give it some of that nice taste of olive oil, like a little bit of bitterness that goes so well with the tomato base of this soup and the smokiness of the flavor. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember, subscribe if you haven't already. Give us a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you guys really soon on the next one. Alright, so I'm going to taste this soup for you guys, let you know what I think, how it tastes. I can tell you that it looks and smells phenomenal. So many different textures and flavors in here. Wow. It's amazing. You can taste the farro. It's a little bit more al dente. It's got a little bit more of a pushback than the other grains. It has a really nutty flavor. A little bit like barley. The couscous is kind of like gives it a nice little pasta softness. The tomato goes perfect in there with the olive oil, a little bit of bitterness from the olive oil added at the end. It's a beautiful combination. It's got some black wild rice in here that also has a interesting texture, really delicious. Wow. I definitely would recommend any of you guys try these grains by themselves or in combination, because this is truly a really great warming soup, especially for this time of year.